Now, if someone says you're hormonal, well, those are just fighting words and they should probably take a step back. But it is true, if your hormones are out of whack, it can make you feel off with your sleep, appetite, and mood. So we are looking at how you can rebalance them so life is more balanced too.
There are chemicals in your body that if they're out of whack, it can impact sleep, hunger, even memory, and they're called hormones.
Hormones are very important. I mean, they kind of run the show in many capacities.
Dr. Robin Wright, NMD with Rejuvena Health and Aesthetics in Scottsdale, Arizona, shares 3 ways to balance your hormones. Let's start with the ABCs of vitamin D.
It actually behaves more like a hormone. So that's important for your immune function. It's also important for mood.
Vitamin D is also a difference maker for things like bone and muscle strength and energy levels.
It seems like it's a domino effect, so if that goes down, then everything else is kind of going down. And you have to remember too, because a lot of people go out in the sun, but they have their sunblock on, or they have their long sun shirts on, or the big hats, which is all well and good, but you're also blocking the ability for your skin to absorb that vitamin D.
Tell me what we should do to get that vitamin D.
Of course, is getting your levels checked with your provider. So there's actually an app, it's called D-Minder, so you can download that, and then it will plug in your location, and it'll give you a time to say like, hey, you need to be a direct sun exposure for XYZ amount of time.
Next, herbs and supplements.
You go to any health food store, you've got them all. They're a little overwhelming.
There's a lot of different herbs that have been used for thousands, hundreds of years that are very potent. I've seen where people are thinking they're doing the right thing,
right,
but have actually created more of a hormonal issue. So it is important to get the lab work to kind of figure that out.
Some supplements she prescribes are DIM, sulforaphane, and Vitex, which are made from plants and veggies. Lab work can show estrogen and testosterone levels and cortisol, among other things.
And then if supplementation is needed, then sure, on a short term, you might need to do that for a little bit.
Finally, cut back on alcohol.
Let's talk a little bit about the effects of alcohol on your hormones. What exactly is happening?
What happens is you're going to increase glucose, and that will increase inflammation. And when inflammation is increased, that can increase an enzyme called aromatase.
This can twist female androgen and male testosterone into estrogen, which escalates the chance of diseases like cancer.
The inflammatory process could affect the cardiovascular system and also brain function too. And once that's off, then you're going to notice some systemic issues there too.
So cool it with the cocktails.
If you have a glass of wine or have a drink, it's not the end of the world. If you are having trouble with hormones, you might want to at least cut that out until you get that kind of squared away.
Hormonal harmony for better health.